There's a cat curled on the bed. It meows as you step inside. And then you notice the little girl shivering under the bed.
Where's the baby?
Put
I'll
the sword
reveal what
away.
she looks like. There she is. She's trying not to be noticed, curled as tightly as she can underneath the bed with the cat. The cat rises up and steps forward, looking at you somewhat protectively.
So this house has already been, like, entered into by others? Like, there aren't bodies, so they've already been taken somewhere or something?
Yeah, exactly. The husband was taken. They clearly, I mean, you met them. They're not the brightest tools in the light bulb drawer. It seems they missed something.
I'll get down on the ground and be like, "Are you okay? We're not here to hurt you."
She screams and curls up even tighter.
Can I extend a couple of fingers to the cat and see how they're received?
Sure. Yeah, you extend a couple of fingers to the cat. And,
One of you might be better with kids than me.
So, the cat looks somewhat skeptically, but I believe you have a feature for this.
I believe you're right.
What is it called exactly?
I have like the what's it called? Something about nature talking thing.
Yeah, like I think you can just talk to animals. Yeah, nature talking. You can talk to plants and animals.
I'm doing this just as much to kind of pacify some of this girl's fear. Like, if we're not gonna hurt your cat, you're probably safe.
Yeah, so you
But I'll do the nature talking too and see what kind of conversation ensues.
what do you say to the cat?
Something along the lines of, can you tell us what happened here?
The cat looks up surprised as you speak in a tongue that the cat can understand, and then just sort of says, "You're... what?"
I'm a lot of things. We don't need to get into that right now. We just had that conversation on the doorstep.
"You're very tall for a cat.
Thank you.
I like your tail."
Thanks. I like yours too.
I grew it myself. Yeah, bad things happened here. Kind of, bad human things. Well, not human, elf. Bad elfy things. One got all gray and attacked the other, and the other shoved the little one under the bed, and then there was a commotion. Not great.
Do you know what happened before the one that turned gray changed?
They fed me.
Right. Good. So you've eaten then?
Well, I could eat if you're asking.
We'll definitely take care of that.
Also, do you have some yarn?
I'm just gonna like
Pull out some string.
I'll unravel
I got
a string.
The cat tentatively walks forward and starts sort of batting at it. Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice indeed.
Good stuff.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Can I have it?
Absolutely, it's all yours.
Ooh, perfect. I love it. I love it. I'm just gonna go back over to my corner and play with this. All right?
Just before you do, just
This conversation is so tedious.
well, I'm sorry to inconvenience you, but if you want continued meals and pieces of string, this is how things are going to have to go.
That really sounds like a bluff to me.
Oh, okay, well, good luck figuring stuff out on your own, I guess. Just seems like a lot of hard work when...
Make a charisma check.
This honestly feels like talking to my cats. You're doing a great job, Joey.
Well, thanks. It's fully improv. I did not
Oh, it is
necessarily think I was going to be talking as the cat today.
So feline. Like, well, if you want to get some, you have to give some. That sounds like a bluff. All right, fine. Well, then take care of yourself then. God.
It's a little passive aggressive, but I'll allow it. Fine. What else do you want to know?
Yeah,
Aside
that's right.
from you getting fed,
Hold on a second. I'm playing with my toy.
I'm gonna take the string away momentarily.
Hey!
If you could just stay focused. I need just like 30 seconds of your time. Before you were fed, or after you were fed. I don't know what the timeline is here.
Can I have the string back?
As soon as you answer my question.
The cat's going to attempt to take the string back.
God damn it, Kitty, do what you must. I tried to be reasonable. Remember, I tried to be reasonable.
The cat swipes the string back.
Alright, anybody have some fish?
As this is...
No.
But
did I get the string back from the kitty?
Yeah, Kitty, you take it right back.
We've got a cat of our own, and believe me.
As this
Yeah.
is...
You're a furling, I'm a catling.
We trained for
Don't
this.
mess with me.
As this is happening, the little girl just sort of pokes her head out a little bit as people are kind of gathering around, and just with a trembling lip, looks over at Lithram and says, did you know my did you know my parents?
Oh no, do I lie to her?
No!
It's up to you.
No, I didn't know your parents. I'm sorry, but I know what it's like to be on your own in a strange place.
Is Dad all right?
We're waiting to hear. He was taken away to be cared for. Hopefully he will pull through and we can bring you to him. Can you tell me anything about last night?
As this is happening at Raza, you hear the cat just say, "All right, you're talking to the little elfling now. Can I maybe have my string back?" No.
I thought you could take care of yourself.
You're not very nice.
Listen, I'm a little angry this morning. I've had a lot to do.
It's been a long day.
On the basis of this conversation, I have deemed you my mortal enemy.
Oh no. Who, me or Kitty?
It's just the cat is talking to Kitty.
Oh, okay.
Kitty, because I stole the string. I guess I could give the string back. I already made enough enemies this
Yeah, I was
morning.
gonna say, Kitty's out here just making friends with everyone.
No, you can
Raza-
have the string, man. I ain't about
Raza
it.
indicates
That's too
that
much for me.
the relationship is souring, and Kitty hands the string back. The cat goes back to playing with it, and then just offhandedly says to Araza, "If you have any more questions, I might be available later in exchange for a bit of fish. Make an appointment, though."
Right, of course. My people will get in touch with your people.
The cat just floofs the tail straight up in the air, and then curls up to bat at the string. The little girl, looking again at Lithram, says, "But he might be okay." Okay. Well, my mom died, and then she undied, and got real scary, and
Do you know? Did your mom was she sick? Do you know
Yeah.
how she died?
yeah, she'd been sick, for a few weeks.
What kind of sick?
I don't know, sick, in bed.
Coughing? Fever?
What's a fever?
When your body gets too hot.
Yeah, there was some of that.
Did anyone strange or someone you didn't know come to look at her?
She just shakes her head. Mm-mm.
Who was caring for her?
Me dad, he always took care of us. when she was sick, he got food for me and for she gestures at the cat for me and Mr. Scrumptions.
Oh, a scrumdiddlyumptious name.
When your mom was sick, what room was she staying in?
Me mom and me dad stayed in the room next. We only have 2 rooms.
Oh, sorry. I see a lot of doors. I got confused.
Most of them are windows.
Oh.
Well, yeah, this is a second floor, so it's just as big as the top. These top 2 up here are just windows. They open out to nothing. But this is the parents' bedroom over there. And she says to Lithram, "Are you gonna take care of me while me dad gets better?"
I know some other people like myself that will help take care of you until you can have your father come home and you guys can be together.
Make a charisma check, Lithram.
Wait, what do we know about the dad? I thought the dad was dead.
No, the dad is in critical condition.
No.
Where?
I mean, you don't know exactly where, at a medical clinic somewhere nearby was where the 2 guards had said. Lithram, as you say that, she just kind of rolls off, says, I'd rather if you did it. I won't be any trouble. I can clean and I can do chores. I can.
Are you really considering this?
We're not adopting a child.
No, I mean, what are you gonna do? Just say no, you monster?
Well, what else do you have a plan? An idea? Because clearly mine didn't work.
No, we're all just making shit up as we go along.
Thor's gonna
Don't say that out loud.
Thor's going to pull an apple out of his pouch and offer it to him. Like, here's something for you to eat. Just rest for the time being.
She looks at it and then I'm not hungry.
Does she have any injuries on her?
Bruises on one of her arms.
Oh, that's it.
Those are the only noticeable ones, yeah. Raza, were you checking out the other room then? Yeah, you go into the other room and survey things. It's in disarray. Clearly some things started here. What in particular are you looking for, if anything?
I don't know. I wanted to see if there were any medicines that maybe she was being treated with, or.
Yeah, sure. We'll make this an intelligence check. I don't think there's anything. Actually, you could add tribe healer to see if there's any kind of substances that you might recognize and things like that as you look through whatever's in here.
How do I do? Oh, background.
What you'll do is you'll click an intelligence check to roll it, and then there'll be the option to add a background.
Got it. Oh, wondrous.
You scan through things. It does not appear that there's any particular. I mean, there's one empty vial that may have been some medicine that was saved up to be purchased, but for the most part, it's not like there's no evidence that she was regularly medicated. Likely they couldn't afford medicine regularly, but there's one empty vial that.
Residue inside of it or anything like that?
There's a little bit, yeah.
Can I ask what it looks like?
Sure. Yeah, you scan over it. It's, I would say, slightly oily consistency, pale in color.
And the little vials of randomness that we pulled off of, what was his name? Grey Charlie?
Uh-huh.
What did they look like?
It does not look like those.
Okay, got it.
Looks different from that.
I don't know if I have a relevant, whether Undead Slayer or Scout or none of them are relevant, but I'm also going to try and search the room as well for any signs of necromantic things, like whether it's a book, an artifact, a bottle, or something like that. A totem. I know
Sure, give me a roll, intelligence, and I guess you can add Undead Slayer since you're specifically looking for undead related things.
Yep.
Nothing, no indications of any undead like things, no necromantic sigils, no books, no charred parchment as though a scroll had been read and consumed in the flames. There's no indication that they brought this down upon themselves, or that someone was here to physically raise the body of Elda's mother. We'll jump back from those investigations to Lithram, who was left on a pending question of what do you say to Elda? As she's sort of saying, I can clean, I can do a little bit of cooking. My name's Elda, and I won't be no trouble, I promise.
Maybe it's best. Maybe if you don't want to go with them, we can bring you to your father, and maybe the people at the infirmary might be able to help you. We might not be able to have you around. We're gonna try and figure out everything that happened to your mom and why all this happened.
She gulps and sort of nods her head and lowers it slightly and just says, "Okay, just take me to me dad."
How long was her mom sick for?
She had said a couple of weeks.
But her dad never got sick, and neither did she?
You asked the question. She says, "Me dad got a bit of a cough, but he got better faster. Me mum's always been a bit on the weaker side. You know, I've always been strong though. Same for Mr. Scrumptious. He never gets sick."
I lean into Lithram and say maybe we should check the hospital to make sure that, he's not he's doing all. I say this as quietly as I can, so that she doesn't hear. And it's like, maybe so he doesn't come back, as it were.
I was going to say that, however he's being contained is important.
Thrall turns to Azara and goes, and whispers, "What are the chances that Mr. Scrumptious is the culprit we're looking for?"
I did consider it.
As you have this conversation.
Among many useful bits of information, there's also scribbled, "Don't trust a cat."
Resent that.
As this conversation is going on, Mr. Scrumptious does hop off the bed and walk out the room, a wary glance at Graveling, and then brushes up against Araza's legs and just says, "I'm finished playing with my string now. I'm ready for some fish."
Are you ready to answer more questions?
If I must.
Well then. I don't have any fish. Who has fish?
You say a lot, who has fish?
I do, of course. I can give you a fish.
It's like, well, you just assume that all cats have fish?
Yeah, you cut off some of your dried fish and provide it to Araza. The cat looks up and says, "Well, I'm not going to beg for it. Place it in front of me."
But first, how much of what happened did you see or hear?
What do you mean, what happened? Do you mean the whole thing with the zombie thing? I saw everything useful that you could possibly need. Could I have my fish, please?
In a moment. Start telling us the story.
Well, where should I begin?
The beginning.
Well, yes, but what beginning?
How about...
I was astray.
Oh god, no. I don't
And
need the whole sob story, please. I just mean, how about when she started to get sick?
Well, these things happen, Poor sanitary conditions. She gradually grew weaker and seemed to be getting a little bit better, but then, died. Ugh. I tell you, it really has been an undue burden on myself. She used to help out around here. Ugh. The male one has had to do most of the work, all the shopping, all the work as she grew weaker and weaker, and well, that meant he was gone. And so, well, ultimately she had a turn for the worse just this morning, and then I scented the odor of death upon her. I wandered in to check things out, as I'm wont to do. See if in her demise she had spilled some food upon the floor or something along those lines. But alas, it was not the case. And then, to my surprise, she started quaking and shaking about and making a bit of a commotion. And then she popped those eyes right back open, and, well, it was quite a bit of a shock for the male. He scrambled back, made some holy signs with his hands, screaming in terror, pushed the little girl beneath the bed, took a few scratches, a few bites, fell down the stairs with her on top of him, grabbed for the fire poker, and managed to bat her away for a moment, and then, well, there was an impaling. People came by, they saw, they sent word for the constable, brothers showed up, and, well, the rest you know.
Who came by? They come by immediately? Okay, fine.
Very good.
Kitty, the first dose, if you please.
Yeah.
The cat has some and then says, "All right, I'm full. I'll go back to my room."
Wow, fuck you.
Starts to saunter off.
Yeah, and I thought I was unpleasant.
None of the rest of you have, you've all heard a lot of meows out of Arasa, but none of the rest of you know the exact nature of the conversation, as it was not in Imperial or any other languages you know. Arasa, do you go to interact further with with Mr. Scrumptious, or do you just share what you've discovered, or what?
I'm curious to know who it was that came to the house. Did they come by immediately because they heard noises, or do people regularly stop by? And if so, who?
Yeah, you asked that, and the cat just looks up with some annoyance on his face and says, "This looky-loos, I presume."
So there aren't regular visitors.
Well, I mean, not exactly. They, didn't have too many guests. Busy working people, At least the male was at the end there. Are you asking if any of them were out of the ordinary?
Yes.
I don't know. Most humans look the same.
Yes, but they don't all smell the same, do they?
I try to hold my nose when I'm around them. One of them smelled all right. Older woman, sort of smelled like lavender. It's a purple flower, if you didn't know.
I did, thank you very much.
Well, you never can tell. What people know, Most of the rest just smelled like shit.
I love how trying to imagine how sassy this conversation is when it's actually in meows.
Elda has now been kind of offered to be taken to her dad, and so she is sort of shyly slinks out from under the bed and waits over by Lithram to be taken to the infirmary.
Is that the best idea?
That is for everyone to decide. As this is taking place, you start to hear more sounds from outside. It seems that more people are gathering, and then you start to hear some voices yelling, and amongst the voices, things along the lines of, "Hey, is it true? Is it true what they're saying? Undead rose here in this house? This house is cursed?"
Was there a basement in this house?
No basement.
Okay.
Yeah, the only underground, there's a well outside, but there's no basement.
Is someone come in? Is that?
No one's come in yet, but there's a kind of gathering crowd, and it sounds as though the Dorov brothers are trying to calm things down, but people are starting to get a little bit unruly.
Yeah, we should probably.
On our way out, could we just continue to look for any sort of strange markings or anything
Yeah.
in the interior or exterior of the house?
Yeah,
Maybe
you
check the well.
absolutely can. So, as you start to make your way out, let me get I'll get wisdom checks from each of you. If you've got something relevant, you can do that to see if you spot anything of particular note.
Wisdom, you said?
Yeah, wisdom.
I add my explorer traveler background.
Sure. I'll let you do that.
Survivalist.
Yeah, sure. I'm feeling in a generous mood.
Oh,
Thanks. Kitty much appreciates it.
Yeah, you scan as you're going out. Let's see a couple of things that you pick up on. First, Lithram. As you are walking out with the little girl in tow, you hear her mumbling under her breath.
No, these are all about to
Prayer.
become freaking zombies. No. This is bad.
Lithram, you recognize the prayer. It's a prayer to the sun. It would seem that she has been raised in some way. Maybe her father, maybe her mother was a seeker of the sun. Not uncommon amongst high elves.
Oh, great.
Let's see other things that you all see. Araza and Kitty and Thorald, as you're walking out there, you see the crowd gathering, starting to get unruly. They're going to need to be calmed down, and the gray orcs do not seem to be particularly good at doing that. But as you are looking about, you do notice one person who seems just a touch out of place amongst all the rest. A momentary onlooker, and I'll drop her token over here. It is and here's what her portrait looks like. Taking a look, yeah, she is
Those weapons.
she is an elf, and they look to be imperial weapons. Katana.
can we ask? I don't know if this is a thing, but can Graveling catch a scent?
I'll let Graveling use a wisdom check to just see if just try. Sure. Let's see. Just roll a d20.
Oh.
Just roll a d20, and we'll just see what we get to see if Graveling is able to pick something up. Graveling tries, but there's a lot of people about, and as soon as this woman notices that she has been spotted, or notices the eyes of anyone here, she slinks back into the crowd and starts moving through and away. She was a decent distance away from all of you. It would take charging the crowd and pushing your way through to follow. And that is certainly something that someone can do, but you first need to contend with the crowd that starts to get unruly, and a couple of them are kind of standing forward and saying, "There's only one thing to do with undead. We need to burn this house to the ground." And some other people nodding in agreement. What do y'all say? As the Yar and Clay start threatening, which does not seem to be discouraging the violent behavior.
Honestly,
Lord will step forward and go, "The investigation is ongoing, but while that is happening, we cannot give in to fear. Destroying destroying someone else's property or destroying our only source of evidence will not get you
with
any."
your fancy talk. They start
Honestly,
throwing things.
they should be ashamed of themselves. There's like a terrified little girl here who witnessed like her mother die and then attack her father. Like, what is wrong with these people? You're frightening a little kid.
They also appear to be frightened, but do you say this aloud?
Yeah!
All right, make a charisma check. Thorald, I'll give you one as well, but your DC is harder, as your argument is less likely to sway this particular group.
Okay, I do have Chief Negotiator.
You do have, yeah, I'll let you use that negotiator. But yeah, your DC is harder than Araza's. Playing to their shame, is more likely to be successful in this situation than bringing up official things. They don't like official people so much. The crowd starts to get unruly. Some of them look shamefaced. A couple of them are just sort of like hearing Thorold like, we don't want to be involved in this, and so some disperse. We'll say a decent number disperse, but one of them seems to get bold and just says, "That little girl's probably about to turn too," and just grabs a torch and throws it through a window and charges forward. Everybody, if you would please.
Punch him in the face.
Initiative.
Roll initiative.
Fuck him up.
You can choose what you want to do with your initiative, but we do have a situation unfolding. So let's see. I still need a Raza, and I still need. Who else is not in the order?
Possible to send Graveling
I'm not on
to
it.
scout to see which direction that woman headed in?
Yeah, you could certainly have on your turn send Graveling off to do that and to try and see if Graveling can do a little bit of tracking.
Haha!
Let me roll some things for the rabble and the constable. And wow, Araza, you are up first as the torch smashes through the window and lands there, and the little girl just sort of runs and hides behind the well. What do you do, Araza?
First I'm just gonna whisper a little bit of badger growling to Graveling to send him on his way, but tell him to really remain as unseen as possible.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go get in this guy's face.
All right, yeah, you rush up here. This is the guy right here. You get in his face, and what do you do?
I'm gonna grab him by the collar and ask him, "Do you have children?"
All right, charisma check.
I'm terrible at charisma checks. God damn it! Terrible.
I say that.
Not so bad this time.
But that's
Get a
a
good reason.
natural 20 there. As he just kind of looks frantically and very much looks ashamed, he just says,
Do you have a wife? What if
that's
you
what-
turned on her? What if you killed her in front of your own children? And then someone came to your house and said, "Let's burn it to the ground."
That's why I'm doing it. It can't spread. What if it spreads?
You have no idea how it spreads, and until we can figure that out, do you think you're helping to solve the situation, or do you think you're terrifying an innocent child that's already been through enough today?
Yeah, he just kind of looks down ashamedly and starts to kind of back away and says, I need to be with my family, and he just leaves. So that's one down.
Coward.
Next up is
We all have to play nice.
Yar, who is just looking over at everybody and just says, "Leave now or suffer the consequences." He's going to fire a short bow, and just try to scare people. Just arrow right in the ground in front of a person, and try to scare them off. And one of the rabble. This one, however, after seeing that, is just going to rush at Thorold is the closest person to, and he's gonna pull a knife and start slashing at Thorold. Like, Thorold, I assume a 14 misses you.
14 misses.
All right, that rabble is unsuccessful. This guy is no longer there. Thorold, you're up next, as Erasmus shamed him off.
If I attack people without weapons, does that, if I'm using my fists, are my fists weapons in this game, or is that?
I mean, if you want to punch some people, you could punch some people.
Yeah.
Just roll your regular attack, and I'll subtract some stuff. I'll subtract the weapon types damage, and
Thorold
Sounds
just gonna
fair.
start throwing haymakers.
You know, Double melee attack.
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
It's
Just take some
somewhere
swings. Punch some people in the face.
here.
One guy's shooting an arrow. Thorold starts throwing fists. There's a torch that went through the window and has started burning things. Thorold, you take a swing and it clips the guy on the side of the ear.
My lethal trait.
Lethal seems like the perfect thing to use in this situation. All right,
Yeah,
lethal,
yeah.
go for it. Just the name of it.
It's what I'm phrase.
I am lethal to the
I'm
peasants.
lethally, non-lethally hitting you.
Yeah, you smack him across the jaw.
I'm not sure if it actually makes a
Staggers.
difference if we're subtracting all the if we're subtracting dice. Might not have made a difference.
Yeah, so that will, he is staggered by a punch straight to the jaw as he stumbles back, nursing a busted lip. Yar then pulls out his axes and charges straight at this guy, and he's just gonna go straight for it. That is a miss, though, as he slashes out towards this thug, who manages to grab a weapon, parry it aside. Kitty, you're up.
All right. So, is the torch still in the house? Like, is it
The
possible?
torch is in the house. Yeah, you could try to do that if you want.
Which window did it go in? This guy threw it?
The one over by Araza. This one
Got it.
over here.
Can I go in here through the house?
That's a wall. Are you the Kool-Aid man?
Is there? Well, I don't know what the windows look like. There's little gaps in between all these things. Oh,
That's
yeah,
what it
that's
looks like.
what it looks like. All right.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, let me get in here, find Mr. Sassy Pants, and I'm gonna go right in this door, and that's not where the torch is. I'm gonna go right in this one.
You jump through the window. Okay. Yeah, you have to dash there, and then what are you doing with the torch? As it's on the ground and
Throwing it back outside the house.
yeah, you start to do that, and then the cat scratches you in the face.
That's fine, I'm protecting your house, little one, and I got fur. Your scratches don't hurt that bad.
Why does the cat try to scratch her in the face?
Because
it
she just
probably
left
wants
through a
more.
window, and
I'm protecting you, asshole.
it felt in character. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. But
No, the cat has turned into a cat zombie. No, it's still a normal cat. So far.
I'm waiting for the moment when we get to the end of this campaign. Where, no idea how it ends, but at the very, the final boss, camera pans up and reveals the cat.
It's just an armchair that is facing away from you, and it suddenly spins around. And were you expecting this?
Honestly, it's making me think of the cat from that episode of Rick and Morty that, like, they get into its head and it has committed, like, unspeakable horrors.
Yep.
That's what it's making me think of more than anything.
Maybe. Stas, you're up.
Lord. Is the fire out?
I mean, it was a single torch thrown
it's no
into
longer even in-
a building that has been chucked out. It never was much of a fire. Fortunately, it takes a little bit of time for like solid wood to burn. There weren't like papers all about, so yeah, the house does not appear to be in danger of burning down unless other people start throwing torches in.
Alrighty.
Not with Kitty there.
I'll stand here and just first
Chain
say,
lightning.
run. And then I'll gather power, so it's going to be very terrifying.
Okay, yeah, give me a charisma check there.
And I don't know if I want to deal 1 damage to all staggered enemies. But
Yeah, it's okay.
how's
They're
this guy
alright.
looking? I mean, does he look like he can? I don't want to kill anybody. I just want to terrify them.
I mean, he got punched in the face. It wasn't a knife. Like
Yeah, he's alright.
he's,
All right.
Probably got a broken jaw, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Little spark of lightning sort of leaps out and strikes him.
Yeah, you scream, and this one guy is like, "Nope, nope, I don't want any part of this." And starts running away. You've got wings, you've got horns. The guy who has the broken jaw just starts running likewise, and as he's running, he gets electrocuted in the backside, and scurries off. Yeah, pretty much everybody has left except for like a couple of thugs. This one tries to swing with a small mace at Lithram. Lithram, you take 4 points of damage as he smacks you with that, and then it is your turn.
He just got up to me. I will disengage and go.
Okay, roll for disengage. Yeah, it's on your character sheet. It's right next to your rests. You fail to disengage. He harries your movement. If you want to move, you'll have to take an opportunity attack.
I will take the opportunity attack. I will go and protect the girl.
All right. Yeah, you get clipped again by this guy as you retreat, and then as you back away and he whacks you. What would you like to do with your action?
I'll just yell at them to just like get out of here. Like,
okay, yeah, go for it.
Nothing better to do.
Charisma check. Yeah, I'd say this guy who's engaged with the constable's brother starts to run away, and the constable's brother just clocks him in the back of the head and starts dragging him, getting ready to lock him up. And
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
I would say as we end that round, it seems that the rabble has quickly been dispersed. A few people are grabbed by the guards and going to be apprehended for their riot. And as this is happening, Clay calls over and says, "Kitty, is the fire out?"
Yeah, the fire's out.
Ugh, good. As you scared the last people off their Lithram, you feel two skinny elf arms wrap around your waist from behind as she's just clinging to you.
Aww.
Is it over?
Yeah, yes, it's over.
Can I see me dad now?
Yeah, let's go bring you to him.
You put one arm over her shoulder and start moving away. As you are doing so, now with Elda in tow, you get the information as to where he is from the guards, and time is ticking on if you want to go to the orcs. A decision will need to be made soon. Before that, though, Araza, roll me 2d20. Okay, 11 and a 14. As you start to deal with the situation settling down, Graveling returns to you, gives you the information. Graveling did lose the woman as she was moving through, but knows basically the direction that she was going, and is able to inform you that the woman was crossing the bridge and heading into the Mother's Milk district, which is a nicer district. It's near the central square, Dorov Square. So somewhere in there's someone interested in whatever was happening here, who did not seem to be from around here, seemed from a much nicer area of town.
How close are we right now to, I forgot her name, the Shroom Lady?
You're not too far, actually. She lives sort of right on the edge of Geneski and Turin.
What time of day is it right now?
Mid-morning.
Is it too early to pay her a visit? I forget what time she had said to go visit her.
She had said to give her a day. I think,
Okay.
You just met with her in the evening, like late the previous night, so it's probably a little early for her
I
to
had
have
just
gotten
thought
that
we were in
information.
the area, so if it was time, we could hit two birds with one stone. But
You are in the area, but it's maybe a little early for her to be ready on that count.
Where's wherever it is that the girl's dad is being?
Not far. It's just the nearest clinic. Still in the Odessy district.
Okay, because I don't want to like traumatize her with seeing her injured father, and I don't want to traumatize her with him dying and then coming back as undead.
So, buy her some food while somebody goes in to check and see what the situation is.
Yeah, and like make sure that wherever he's being kept, if his situation is touch and go, that he's being contained responsibly.
So what do people want to do then? Does that sound right, or?
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, so drop off the kid, check on the dad, and then is the clinic the opposite way of the nice part of town where the scent is, or?
It's not the opposite direction. It's within the same district that you're in. So, I mean, it would be like a triangle, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so let's
You're
try to
here, the
collect
clinic's
more.
here, the nice part of town is up here.
So why some people go into the clinic, can the rest of us just scope out the rich area just to kind of see what kind of people we're looking at?
Yeah, someone could go do that if you want. So if that's the case, who would like to check out the Mother's Milk District, and who would like to go watch the girl, and who would like to check on the father first?
I want to go spy on some rich people.
Okay, so Kitty is heading in that direction. Does anyone else want to go with her?
I'll stay with the girl.
Okay, Lithram's staying with the girl.
I'll go with Kitty. I'll put my hood up, try and be a bit more discreet.
Not ready for kids yet. It's a little too much for me.
Stas and Araza, are y'all going to talk to the father or something else?
No, I can't choose. You guys
Probably,
let's split us up in different directions.
probably should go check it out. I'll say before.
Probably someone with healing might not be the worst person to send to the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how healing works. I forget how healing works exactly, but
Rasa, you
Also-
might be the best to talk to Dad.
I'll tell folks like if before we all start splitting off, if you see something, magic fly up into the sky, best start running our way.
Okay. So yeah, you let them know. You'll signal if they should turn back and come running. Okay. In that case, Araz, are you going then with Stas or with Kitty and Thorold?
I'll go with Stas.
Okay.
Wait, before we leave the house, I feel obligated to ask the asshole cat if he's good or if he needs help or anything.
I'm
like
out
that.
of the house. He's outside. I didn't want him to burn just in case.
Yep.
Yeah, Kitty got him out of the house, and
So he's somewhere roaming in the nice sunshiny.
you notice he's following the party, and as you kind of turn to notice this, he just says, "Oh, I'm not doing it for you.
Then who?
I'm just curious."
All right, well, come on then.
You have to say for curiosity.
Curiosity is not good. I almost exploded the entire litter because of it.
As you are
When has Curiosity done anything bad to cats?
as you are moving out, Mr. Scrumptious looks over at Araza and says, "Why is your cat so big?
I feed him real good.
I think you should hold back.
Nah.
And it's grown hands."
Wait, are they talking about me or Gravely?
They're talking about you.
Oh god.
It's grown a lot more than hands, let me tell you.
Well, different breeds, I guess. We can't all be... Well, anyways. Could I have the string thing back? My last one I lost.
I'm just gonna tie it to the back of my belt so it's like trailing along behind me.
There's a bar that I know. Could we go there?
Are you a regular?
They throw out perfectly nice food. There's a pretty rubbish-filled alley I like to scrounge in.
Alright, well, maybe we can stop there on the way back. Or maybe
Good, I could use a
we'll
buffet.
do something better than rubbish. I don't know.
I'll take yes for an answer. That's enough.
Right. Okay, well, then let's go.
All right. Let's briefly do Thorold and Kitty as you head into Mother's Milk. What are you looking for in this district? What's your plan here as you head out this way?
I'm keeping an eye out for this elf woman in dragon attire, Dragon Kingdom attire.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw those pretty nice weapons. I look for any other kind of. I basically weapon scope the rich folk. I really like weapons.
All right, then yeah, let's have wisdom rolls. I think both of you have an appropriate talent to what you're looking for, and we'll see what you find. Kitty looking for weapons, and
I'm too distracted by the nice ones. I didn't find shit.
yeah, Kitty, you are certainly distracted by some nice weapons, and there are some nice ones here. And
I just imagine just like, Thor, look. It has serrated edges.
Hey, look at that one. That one's real shiny. Oh, look at that one. That one has a stone in its hill. Can we go this way? Hey.
As you're making your way through that area, Thorold, you don't catch sight of that elf woman, but partially at the bidding of Kitty, you do spot and are attention directed to a man in chainmail with a decent looking blade and a decent looking short curved scimitar like blade, and then a longer blade strapped to his back, gray hair, who's talking with someone who actually, Kitty, you recognize.
I was gonna say, is there anyone that I have a relationship with in here? Because I'm friends with some pretty rich folk.
There's
my
no one you have a relationship with,
friend.
but there is the other catling who's talking with this guy.
Oh,
So
hey,
Riley
I
there.
forgot
Riley was his name, and he is talking with a human man with gray hair that you spot. Maybe they know something. You don't know.
Can you hear me now?
You say that, Riley looks over and says, "Oh, Kitty! Hello there!"
Hey there.
I'm just gonna be like trying to be inconspicuous in the shadows, just trying, watching from.
Let me introduce you. This is my friend Dugan. We're both from the lodge.
What are you guys doing? What you doing in this part of town?
Dugan looks over and says, "Well, we're just getting ready to go knoll hunting. Bit of a situation outside the city, and we're gonna be paid to handle it, actually." Riley said, "There's good money for it. You're looking to do some knoll hunting yourself?"
Well, I'm always up for a good amount of coin, but I've already gotten into quite a lot of altercations in these last couple days. We've been dealing with the same problems, but more to the north than the west.
Yeah, knolls. Well, there's some knolls to the east mainly, but I think there's some in the north as well.
Now, keep an eye out, because things that we've been killing ain't been staying dead. You know what I mean?
Dugan says, "Undead? Well, I prefer to keep my hunting to the warm-blooded monsters, such as they are. Undead creep me out a bit. Dad's more of the undead hunter. I don't like the things." Riley says, "Oh yeah, his dad, Edric. His dad runs the lodge. Sort of a family affair. It's where most of us adventurous sorts gather and you can deal minor jobs for the townsfolk. Why they put up with us in a nice part of town. Edric's old money also. Aye, sure, I think we can make room at the table if you join."
Oh yeah, definitely. Let me know when you guys get back from your trip, and we'll sit down and have a meal together.
Dugan says, I should be hunting most of the day, but we'll be back tomorrow. Not gonna make it a multi-day trip.
Oh, I don't know where I am from day to day, but send the word my way and I'll try to make it happen.
Sure, absolutely. What brings you to Mother's Milk? If you're not coming for the lodge, you don't look like the typical clientele here.
Well, I mean, Riley here, you'll understand, but I saw this lady with some real nice weapons, some Imperial weapons, and I was trying to either hunt her down or hunt those weapons down, because, I really like to get my hands on some new shiny tools. You seen anyone around like that?
Imperial weapons? I mean, there's Yanara. He's a samurai sort, but he doesn't normally stay in this part of town. He's normally in Turin. Or the Heart. I think he lives in the Heart. That's an inn with that Imperial woman Eco. Sarah Portman. She's a member of the lodge. She's an elf, but she doesn't carry Imperial weapons. Wood elf type.
Oh, these were Imperial. I am absolutely positive.
Exactly. Sure. Then, I think I heard something about an Imperial arriving in town recently. Older woman. But usually they come with a bodyguard. Maybe it was her bodyguard.
Not really in the mood for who they are or why they came, but I just want to have a conversation with them. So if you see them, can you find a way to let me know?
Hey, where are you staying?
With those fancy elf people down in Dansky. You know the one I'm talking about? They're fancy, they're angry all the time.
Fancy elf folks looks over at Dugan and says, "Screaming Dawn. Yeah, they occasionally put out some jobs for the lodge."
Hey, they're putting me up, so they can scream all they want. I ain't gonna complain.
Then on that, we're in agreement. Yeah, we'll send word that way if we catch sight of a woman with Imperial weapons, you said.
Thank you, much appreciated.
All right, so unless there's further questions for them, the trail appears to have gone cold at this moment, but you have put something in motion by doing that, so I'm going to make a note for at what point you'll, if you have not found anything else, you might hear something from them. So let's see. All right, so I have that down in my notes, so that may come to some benefit at some point later. Let's jump over to our other group. Stas and Araza. Lithram, you take Elda, and where do you take her while the other two are checking out the clinic?
I will take her to, I don't know, get a treat or something, occupy herself.
Okay. Yeah, you spend a couple of coppers on like some street food or something, and while Stas and Araza go to the clinic. Stas, Araza, as you arrive there, it's a bit of a scene. It seems like they've got more patients than usual. There are a couple of orderlies who are shuffling about, and as you get up there, one of them looks up and says, "Hi, can we help you?"
Yes. We're investigating a bit of a situation. We understand that a man came in badly wounded. His partner had attacked him. We wish to check to make sure that he is all right.
He's in rough condition, but should be recovering soon, I think. Kobal's attending to him. It's a good thing he was in town. He's not always available, but should be back on his feet a couple hours' time. You certainly don't look like family, as he's looking at the two most unusual looking members of the group who have chosen to do this. The dragon spawn and the demon spawn.
So kids.
As you do.
And I can't see a family resemblance?
What do you say, Stas, to try and talk your way in? to meet this Cobalt fellow.
Well, we're hoping to maybe speak with him sooner. My compatriot here has some talent in healing. Perhaps you can help and aid in his recovery. And we do wish to inform him that his daughter has survived the incident.
He had family. Okay. All right. Kobo! And a few minutes later, a haggard-looking, fully plate-armored man makes his way to the front, where he looks at the two of you and says, "Yes, I've got a patient who's came in a critical condition. So, is it important?"